and I do want to talk to you about your Christian values because you expressed excitement about discussing topics related to Christian values, self-development, and business success. How do these areas intersect in your personal life?
I think when I first started out my journey as a business owner, it was really hard for me to figure out where my Christian values fit in business. And so a lot of times it's like I shied away from it because it was like I don't want to like people to not do business with me because they're like, oh, she's a Christian or whatever. And then I realized like, no, that's an added value. And so for me, it took a lot of getting comfortable with myself and getting comfortable with my belief system. And then being like, okay, well, this is who I am. And so when you're hiring me, you're hiring all of this because quite honestly, a lot of what I do in my business and the way I build out my business and the way that I teach my clients to like build out their business, a lot of it is really strategies that I take from the Bible. And so it's like I realized this isn't something that I should be hiding or shy away from. And so the way that that plays into my business is on a day-to-day basis, my schedule is basically like around two things. One, my personal beliefs in terms of my relationship with God, and two, my relationship with my family. So in the mornings, I don't do any meetings before 10 o'clock. And the reason for that is because my mornings is filled with a lot of personal and spiritual development things. And so, and even in the afternoons, like I'm not doing meetings after 6 o'clock because that's family time. And so being comfortable to put those boundaries up and saying, okay, I have to have something for me. I have to have a place where I can go and rejuvenate became like extremely important. And I figure I see and I feel like I'm a better business owner because I've learned how to embrace all of who I am instead of running away from it.
Right. Yes. And I notice the Lord helps when you're struggling because for myself, if I remember when I first was starting to do my business and I was struggling with, okay, I gotta get everything done. And then nothing gets done because I think that everything needs to get done all at once. And I would then take a moment to breathe and then I would just pray. And once I pray, I felt like I got more clarity. And then I'm like, okay, I need just to step back a little bit, write everything down. What's the most priority, and then go from there and then tackle it from there. But I notice when I have that time of just sitting alone with God, I'm just like, I feel so much better. And I feel like I'm getting so much more wisdom, I should say. And that's why I'm like, oh, God, the Lord is the biggest tool creating business, be definitely being divinely guided and having that faith and spirituality of trusting God is my secret in business growth.
A lot of people like they look at the Bible and they're like, oh, it's just a spiritual book. But it's like when you read the Bible, you realize how practical it is. Like, for example, there's a Bible scripture that says, write down your vision and make it plain. And right now in like culture, we're seeing this big shift on, oh, let's make a vision board. And it's like you're literally just applying spiritual wisdom. And that's all it is. Like write down your vision and make it plain. So when you're making a vision board, you're literally making your vision plain. And so it's like when you go through the Bible and you started reading, you realize like, oh, this is practical. Lend and not borrow. Oh, what will happen if I lend and not borrow? Oh, financially, you'll be profitable. And so it's like when you start to say, okay, let me take these principles and actually apply them, your life changes and the way that you do things and the benefits and prosperity comes to you because you're applying principles that have been proven through time over and over again. These principles have been proven to work and they will work for you because it's been there since the foundation of time.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. It's so true. It is, it's there. You should read it. It's gonna help.